Hey there everyone, my name is Jenna. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be giving our living room a little bit of a refresh and makeover because if you remember a couple of months ago, I basically styled a lot of the furniture pieces that we already had in this space just to kind of make it feel cozy and comfortable for the time being. But we're slowly investing in those pieces to make this space more of our vision. I'm gonna kind of show you how we incorporate them into this new space by showing you some new decor, some styling tips and decorating ideas, and just getting the space all prepped and ready to kind of like its final place before we start doing the cabinetry and the shelves inside of those arches. So I figured it'd be fun to do a little room update and styling session. So without further ado, let's get into the decorating. Okay, so this is what our space looked like after I had taken down all of the holiday decor, just a simple blank slate. And like I said, we're gonna be tackling the cabinetry and these arched openings over the next couple of months. So I really wanted to get all of the furniture and decor in here first so that I can then pick the cabinet style and stain color to work with what we have already in the space. And one of the things that was in desperate need of a refresh was our rug. It's just become really matted and it's at the end of its life for sure. If you guys remember, this was a rug that we originally bought for our upstairs loft in our last house, so she's lived a good long life, but I've put off buying a new one for a really long time because it can be such a hard thing to buy online. So after months of keeping an eye out in stores for what I wanted, I decided to finally just try to order something. And let me tell you guys, I lost sleep over this rug decision, but ultimately I wanted something that was affordable, decent quality, and that was Oeko-Tex certified, which means it's been tested for harmful chemicals. So I searched and searched and searched, and I finally found something that I felt would look good in this space. Ooh la la! That's pretty. I like that.
It's a rug.
Oh, Kona.
And she's breaking it in.
Aw, I knew you'd like this one. All right, Kona, we gotta center it, honey. You gotta get off it for a sec. Thank you. I think it was good how it was before, like just a little bit off of the fireplace, you know? Let's swing it that way, like to there, and then centering it. Okay, so we're still working on getting these little creases out, but I will say I am a big fan of this pattern. It looks a lot better in person than it did online, I feel like. And the pattern, it has kind of like a subtle Moroccan vibe to it, which I really like, but it still overall just looks really neutral and vintagey. One of my favorite details that sold me was this little fringe detail here on the edge. I think that's really nice. Super soft, and I love the color, and the best part is that it was reasonably priced. And I think Kona is a fan too. Do you like the new rug? What'd you think? Yeah? Super excited about this one. We're just gonna try to figure out how to get these creases out real quick. So sadly, Mike's Rug Angel was not the answer, but we just grabbed some of our heavier workout weights and kind of dragged them across some of the creases and uneven spots. And that worked a little bit, but we decided to try the iron and damp towel method. And I actually feel like this worked decently well. I will say that the creases were gone the next day, but my main motivation was to get them out the same day for the sake of filming this video. But typically with new rugs, you kind of leave them out for a week or two and they just flatten out on their own. So if you guys remember, there was a pair of faux leather swivel chairs here before, and the long-term plan for those was always to put them in our bedroom for a little cozy seating area, which I'll show you guys in another video, but the plan was to keep an eye out for the perfect chair in the meantime. So that's kind of the fun thing about gradual sourcing versus trying to buy everything at once, is that you get to wait for the thing that really speaks to you. So one day when we were wandering through the Anthropologie outlet, we came across these stunning leather strap chairs. And I knew the second I saw these that they were what I had been searching for. They also let us bring Kona in to make sure that the chairs were up to her standards as well. So we can say that it was a family decision, but they were super comfy. And the best part is that we got them for 70% off at the outlet. So we snagged up both of them and I was so excited to see how these looked in the space. And honestly, they exceeded my expectations. I love how casual and comfortable they look, and the strap detail detail just helps to add so much interest and gives it that rustic warmth that I love. And they kind of remind me of something that you might find in Nick Parker's Napa home on the Parent Trap, which I love. Just kind of like they look like something, you'd find in a California ranch or Western style home. And another detail that I liked was that they had a darker wood frame, which ties in with our mantle beam. So now that we had my dream chairs in the space, I wanted to show you how I secure the edges of my rugs just to help them stay in place. And I've used these in all of our homes. It's super simple. There's a designated rug side and a floor side. So you just peel off the backing and then stick them on the rug, and it really helps our rugs to stay flat and to stay put. I always use these when I get a new rug, especially because Kono loves to pounce and play with her toys, and the low pile rugs like this never budge when I use these. So now that everything is starting to come together, I wanted to add in some more seating to round out the space visually and to provide some extra seating for gatherings and game nights. So I brought in these fringe ottomans that I recently found at HomeGoods, and I love that the fringe detail helps to add some interest and texture, but it still feels really simple and rustic, which I love. And I also like how the darker brown color ties in with the brown on our new leather chairs. So now that I'm happy with how the furniture has all tied together, I want to start layering in the decor. So first we can start with the mantle area. And you guys know that one of my favorite things to do to make a television look a little bit more aesthetic is to simply just pick a framed art image on YouTube that goes with your decor and pop that up on the screen to resemble artwork. And obviously I don't do this every day, but it's nice if you're having people over or you just want to light a candle, read a book, and enjoy the aesthetics of your space. And then I wanted to add some height, and we have a lot of masculine things going on here with the leather, the rustic barn beam, so I wanted to balance that out with something a little bit more feminine and ornate looking. So I just used these vintage brass candlestick holders that I thrifted, and I just used some candles that matched the earthy clay-like color palette that I want to incorporate into this space. And I've also mentioned before that I like to leave my brass candlestick holders with the aged patina on them just to give off a more lived-in feel. So now that we have some height on this side of the mantle, I just wanted to balance that out on the other side. So I just grabbed this clay planter that I had, and again, it fits in really well with that clay-like kind of mauve-y, earthy color palette that I love. And I'm really liking browns and mauve clay-like colors right now. I think it helps to add warmth to a space and brings out those Arizona desert hues that we have in our surrounding landscape. So next I grabbed this little succulent plant that does great indoors, and I popped it into the planter, and I just like to keep mine in the containers so it makes it easy to remove it and water it in the sink without drenching the porous planter. But I did want to add a little bit of height and dimension to this side, so I used this faux vintage storage book, and I'm actually going to pop our favorite two-person card game at the moment in there. It's called Scrabble Slam, and it's an easy 2 to 4 person card game that's great to play during cocktail hour or whatever, so it's nice that it's nearby but still hidden away. Our brother-in-law got it for us for Christmas, and we've really been loving it, but I do like how this little book creates more of a cozy, elevated moment for the planter, and it's a great place to store the game. So now that the mantle has some simple and cozy decor details, I wanted to style our coffee table next. And I don't like to do too much here because we often eat and play games here, so I like a couple of accent pieces, but I still like to leave plenty of usable space on the table itself. So I just added one of my favorite coffee table books, Great Escapes Italy, and I love the imagery on the cover of this one. And then I stacked my all-time favorite book, Feels Like Home by Lauren Lease. And Lauren is my favorite designer because she has warm, earthy, and calming interiors. They're timeless, but there's always so much individuality in her designs, and I love the writing in this book also. She talks a lot about honest interiors and designing a space for you and what you like and not for the trends, which I'm also a big believer in. So this is a great one if you're looking for a decorative book with some great content. So something that I like to do from time to time is pick up some simple florals from Trader Joe's just to help brighten my space, especially during winter. And these white mums are very affordable and last for a while, so I like to mix those in with some greenery stems. And these were eucalyptus stems that I also found at Trader Joe's, and I love the simple kind of rustic gathered look that it gives off. So this is a really affordable and foolproof combo that goes with lots of different color schemes, but I decided that I did want to add some blue thistle in there just to add a little pop of that denim blue color. And again, the florals just help to add more of that feminine touch to balance out some of the more masculine furniture pieces, and I love all of the texture that the thistle adds, and this was such an easy easy and affordable little arrangement to brighten up the space. And this is great for when you have guests or if you want some fresh flowers on your kitchen countertop or even on a dining table as well. Just kind of helps to break up the space and adds a nice little whimsical rustic touch. And then to go with that, I'm using my favorite vintage stone tray. I love being intentional about the combination of materials when styling a space. Wood and stone contrast each other really nicely with the warm and cool tones, so it's great for this little decor piece to act as a base for the DIY clay beads that I made, which again fit in with that warm earthy color palette. So you have the warm wood table broken up by the cooler marble and then topped with another warm clay material for an arrangement that has some contrast but still remains really earthy and laid back with the more rustic, distressed feel of everything. So next it's time to add in our pillows and textiles to help soften the space, and I think Kona is in the perfect spot so that we don't have to disturb her and can kind of work around our little sleeping beauty. So for the pillows, I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm just doing my cream base pillows that I always have out, and then I'm layering in some of these brown woven textile pillows with some geometric shapes that tie in with our rug. And I actually found the pillow covers on TJ Maxx's website a while back, and I knew that they'd be perfect for the overall vision that I had for this space. And with the pillows, I like to keep my materials really natural, you know, materials like wool, jute, and linen. I like that calming organic feel in the areas where we like to relax, so it just creates a really earthy atmosphere that I love. So now that we have all of the pillows layered in, I wanted to add one more thing near the sofa, and I'm really trying to work on keeping my screen time down this year. So to encourage more reading and time off of my phone, I'm just gonna pop this little vintage basket down here, and I'll fill it with some of my favorite magazines to help me feel inspired when I have some free time. You could even do this with your favorite books or just some magazines and then layer your Kindle on top. So I'm really happy with how this area is turning out so far. I love that we're keeping it simple and earthy, but it also has this really warm color palette to help the space feel cozy. So now I want to work on restyling our console table. This again was how it looked after I took down all of my holiday decor. And you guys know I love this art piece so much. This was a photo that I took in Laguna Beach, and then I cropped it into 3 images and got them printed. And I've loved it in this space, but I do think it would fit in better in one of our other rooms. And if you all remember, I scored these framed textiles at the Pottery Barn outlet for $15 each. And I really liked the idea of switching things up, so we decided to hang them in here for now. And this was actually quite the ordeal because apparently these were the ones that they used in the photo shoot. So they did not have great hanging hardware on the back that was even. So after a lot of math, we got them up there, and I love how they look. And I wanted to add a little bit of emphasis to these frames, so I ended up buying these rechargeable iron picture lights. And I like that they tied in with the black accents that we have going on in this space, but also had a little bit of detail on the ends as well. And the only thing that's kind of weird about them is the rechargeable part is a magnet. So when I first got them, they didn't seem that sturdy. Like they kind of seemed like if you just knocked them, the magnet part would come right off. But once we got them up there, they did stay just fine. But these are not something that I would put in an area where they could be easily knocked or bumped. Luckily, these are just high and out of the way here in our house. So I did think that they looked really nice, but they might not be the most practical thing in a high traffic area. But I did think that they gave the frames a much more sophisticated look, and they're nice because they came with a remote control, so you can control the brightness and the warmth of the bulb. So now it was time to style the console table, and I brought in this lamp for some height. This was another Anthropologie outlet find, and I love the natural organic look of it. Then I used a thrifted coffee table book as a little riser for my vintage wooden tray, again adding in those casual distressed pieces for a more laid back feel. And then for the finishing touches, I added in this faux air plant and some glass beads for texture, and that's it. Pretty simple for this side of the console table. Again, I really love the combination of all of the natural materials. I like the glass against the warm wood with the cooler tones of the air plant, and everything is made from natural materials for a more calming organic feel. And then to add some height to the other side to balance everything out, I layered in these 2 vintage wood vases from India, and this is just going to help tie in those darker wood tones that we have going on throughout the space. And when it comes to faux stems, I am really loving that rustic twiggy silhouette with sparse leaves and long sculptural branches. So I found these for a decent price on Etsy, and I will link them below and also in the YouTube shopping. But I just love how rustic they look, and they also give this side of the console table the height that it needed. So again, to pair with the warmer woods, we're going to use a cooler contrasting stone. And this is a pumice stone plant holder that I found at an antique store, and I'm just going to use some realistic faux air plants that I found at the thrift store inside of that. So now that the console table is all styled, I wanted to do one last thing over near my ficus Audrey tree and thrifted vessels. Just to add some more greenery and texture to brighten up this corner, I used this extra large air plant pick and stuck it in the shortest vessel for some added interest. And that is it. I love how this console area turned out with the new frames and all of the rustic earthy decor details. I'm loving how this room is slowly coming together, and I am so excited to finish it out with their shelves and cabinetry in the coming months. I love the combination of all of the earthy brown tones contrasted against our cool blue sofa, and all of the added details that will define daily rhythms and add character and personality, from the unique textured fringe to the way the frames reflect our backyard mountain views. The details really do make this space. So thank you guys so much for watching me put this space together. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!